Hi, everyone. Here I wanted to speak some final words about software licensing and distribution. Software programs are commodities that are sold or provided by different means. So often there is a one-time purchase of a software. So often when you buy a program, you only buy the program one time, and you can use that program, that software program we're talking about here. Software program, right? Not the hardware, the software and set of instructions, those files themselves. You buy it one time and that's it. And sometimes one-time purchase may or may not come with upgrades. Not have upgrades, right? Because if you only paid it once, why would they give you the upgrade for free? So they may or may not. Now, the most, or at least a very common model, is the ongoing subscription, also called software as a service. I may have seen this term before, software as a service. And both for the general public, but for more in professional context, this is a very common format for the payment and provision of software, payment acquisition, and so on. So for the Dropbox, a common cloud document storage company and program, you may access the application for individual use or for some more professional use or for teams and so on. And they will have distinct features for each of those kinds of uses and distinct prices as well related to those subscriptions. And if you can see here per month, right? These are ongoing subscription fees. Some applications are free trial. There's a free version, and there's often, we have a free version and ongoing subscription, right? That's kind of the most common, I think, ways to see it. So, for example, Dropbox has a free version and has an ongoing subscription. When you connect to YouTube, you can use YouTube for free. You can see all the channels, all the video content for free, or much of it, actually. Probably most of it. But there's also an ongoing subscription to YouTube, and you can, if you want premium content, extra content. So those versions are available, and these are the three major ways that software are purchased and accessed and provided. Software programs generally have a software license that stipulates how the software may and may not be used. So that's kind of important to remember, this legal and contractual aspect about it. Often software are provided as licenses to one or more installations, and restrictions may be placed on the number of computers in which a program may be installed. So because the program is easily, the software program is, let's say, easily reproducible. In fact, the cost of reproducibility, something like that. Reproducible. No, that doesn't look like, but you kind of know what I mean. I think there's an E here. Excuse me. Because software programs are easily reproducible, in fact, the cost is nearly zero to reproduce a program. You just copy and paste. Even if it's a gigabyte, it's easy to copy and paste, right? Copy and paste. 1 gigabyte just takes a few minutes. So you can't just take your one software and install it in the 100 computers of your company. Now, some licenses will allow you to do that, but often each installation or each purchase may allow you maybe 1 user or 5 users and so on, and specific software will be provided in that manner. Software also have specific terms and conditions in which and for which the software may be used, which identify rights and restrictions as legally enforceable. So these are legal contracts that people really need to pay attention to. Usually they are long and complex legal documents that are difficult, missing the word here, difficult for non-specialists to fully comprehend. Often data privacy laws, such as the General Data Protection Regulations in California, privacy laws in the United States. This is the famous GDPR, of the European Union. And California also has privacy laws and data privacy laws. And other states are kind of enacting them too, but kind of state by state based, not at the federal level here in the US. They have become relevant as of recent given widespread use of interactive computer service. Because everything's so open and easy to acquire, and personal data of people are kept in so many different ways and so many different servers and computers. These have become an issue, but either way, the applications you use, either for personal use or professional use, they're going to have all sorts of terms and conditions which you need to be aware of, so as follow the contract you are signing and you're agreeing to, although people may not realize. Of course, you can also acquire applications by developing them yourself. Applications may be developed by an organization, by contract, or by individuals. Anyone can learn to program and create their own software applications, and that's kind of the beauty of it. Software are often developed for specific companies and organizations, which will retain the rights of the application. So if your firm, your company, your agency is developing an application, you will negotiate and discuss with lawyers what the rights and terms and conditions of those applications are. As mentioned, these will need to run on existing operating system. And this is just to highlight that you may create an application, but it's going to need to be run on Windows or Macintosh, which is not your own operating system, right? So there's always going to be a connection with other programs that are connected to it just inherently. So it's a very interesting and complex dynamic that we live into in this information system ecosystem. One type of licensing and distribution that is often important to discuss is the software as the open source software. So open source software is a distinct approach to software design, which makes the code available publicly and welcome improvements from anyone with relevant knowledge. Open source software may have distinct specific licenses on how they can be used. So these are not proprietary software, but they have specific license, a specific kind of license. So you do still have to follow the terms and conditions even for open source software. These software generally have a free version for the public to use. Indeed, that's what the open means. It's both open to access and open to modify. A big example of that are the suite of programs called LibreOffice, includes Word-like documents, spreadsheet software, presentation software itself. Ubuntu is an open source operating system. So it's a very complex software, but it's really good. And it's kind of amazing that it just works with this. I mean, it is a consortium. There are restrictions and so on, but it's open for anybody to modify and improve. And that is quite a special thing. So here's a review of some of the topics we covered, and I'll see you next time.